Welcome back as we get ready to start this one. The
6-3.
Cleveland won the toss. They'll receive it. Josh Cribbs is back deep, and he'll catch the ball. Cribbs, one of the most dangerous return men in the NFL, and Josh Cribbs should be heading to the Pro Bowl as well. He's close to 1,000. 3rd down and 9. And here's Anderson firing. Edwards with the grab, and Braylon Edwards. The Browns, their opening drive. Anderson under center, play fake. He rolls out. Anderson fires, and it is almost intercepted.
Out with the win.
2nd down and 10 at the 46-yard line. And they hand it off. Jamal Lewis runs around the corner, tiptoeing a bit, and he finally completions. 3rd down and 9 at the 45. Anderson firing, incomplete. The rookie out of Cal in the backfield, playing in snow for the first time, and Lynch will gain, moves to the tight end spot. Snow continues to come down. Edwards in trouble, and Edwards is hit as he throws by 9 touchdowns. He's averaging 4.2 yards per carry. 2nd and 7. Anderson looking, fires underneath, deflected at the 5. Empty backfield for Anderson, and he looks with time. Anderson pulls it down. Pick, and it's caught. That's Jurevicius, and Jurevicius gets inside.
Gone either way. The ball gets tipped up in the air right there by Braylon Edwards, and Jurevicius after the play
carries 118 yards and a touchdown. 2nd and 9 at the 29, out of the eye. Play fake. Anderson dumps it off. Lewis out of the backfield with a stiff arm. 3 first downs already for the Browns. This is Jamal Lewis once again. He's met in the backfield. Braylon Edwards at the top. Jason Wright is checked into the backfield for Cleveland. Here's Anderson. Dumps it off to Wright, and he was not ready for the pass. 5-yarder. Zastudil is his holder. It's up and good. And the Browns are on the board.
That is a dynamite kick.
The single setback. He runs it over the right side. Lynch with running room. And Marshawn Lynch. 5 interceptions on the year. 2nd down and 4. Marshawn Lynch pops it outside. Stutter step. Lynch. And he gets inside Cleveland.
Lynch has got to get it done.
So Marshawn Lynch just passed Thurman Thomas for 4th most rushing yards by a rookie in Bills history. And this time he won't go anywhere. Dropson comes in. What a story for this young man. We'll tell you about him in a moment. Edwards with all day to throw. And he fires up the sideline, incomplete. Buffalo 5 of 10 on 4th down conversions this year. Here's Edwards. Firing up the sideline, incomplete. Line of scrimmage. Vickers and Lewis in the backfield. Here's Jamal Lewis, and he's hit in the backfield, keeps going forward, and drive.
Finally perfect for today's conditions.
1st down and 10 at the 36. Jurevicius in motion. Here's Lewis again, and Lewis pops it. Lewis down the sideline, and Jamal Lewis gets inside Buffalo territory. 7. Now Lewis over the left side, gets a block from Vickers, leans forward.
He's a big guy and can shed tacklers. Really a quality running back, a guy I think the Browns should sign back after this 1-year deal is up.
5'11", 245. Anderson rolling, looking, throws, incomplete. Jamal Lewis. Here's Anderson, short drop, underneath, Jurevicius. 1st down again.
Illegal formation on the offense, number 77, with the end man on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
And now this offensive line banding together. 16 sacks this season, 11 under Anderson, and Anderson goes down. Wow. He lines up in the backfield, running it over the left side, and Lynch ridden down. 16. Edwards rolls out of the pocket looking. Now he's on the run. Fires. Roscoe Parrish, incomplete.
Very quick to embrace this team that's overcome so much and gotten so much good play from unexpected sources.
Like Fred Jackson, who checks into the backfield now. Edwards firing, and this one is caught. Looks like Lee Evans makes the grab. So Mormon will punt it away. Josh Cribbs back deep. High snap! Mormon tracks it down and kicks it out of the end zone. And the Browns will pick up 2 points.
Gus, you always think about the play in the kicking game being when the ball is should get it at the 40, and I think they're going to try and give them at the 50. Yeah, now they're walking it back. So you can see their problem. So you're trying to find the 40, and you can't find it.
Wow.
Well, they're standing on now they're on the logo now.
It's hard to decide. First down and 10 at midfield now for Cleveland. Jamal Lewis in the backfield. Here's Anderson. Wants to throw underneath Braylon Edwards. What a grab. Per catch. Second down and 1 at the 41. Lewis running right. Lewis powering. Lowers his shoulder and gets
The surprise quarterback of the NFL.
third down and 6. This time it's right, running over the right side, breaks the tackle and goes down.
Get the ball.
Fourth down and 2 at the 21. Here's a play fake. Anderson looks backside, fires incomplete. Vickers the intended receiver. Down at 4 at the 28. Here's Edwards looking over the middle, incomplete. Cribbs is back for Cleveland. Good snap, and they fake it. They fake it. Mormon can run. First down, Buffalo. Terrific job.
Game hoping to do the same here today to the Cleveland Browns.
Second down and 8. And Jackson again. Nowhere to go. Jackson. Run support so far in the middle. Third down and 8 at the 35. Edwards looks backside. Jackson with the catch out of the backfield. Can he get down the sideline? Yes. Jackson breaks it back in. And Fred, he lines up as the single setback. Play fake. Edwards rolls out of the pocket. Buying time. Throws and it's caught. Second down and 5 at the 41. Here's Marshawn once again. And Lynch, some hard running.
Game.
Buffalo's offense finding their rhythm right now. First down and 10. 10th play of the drive that started at the 22. Here's Lynch trying to follow his blocks. Andre Davis got to
Defense changing directions to be successful.
second down and 11 at the 34. And they run the reverse. Nothing doing. Andre Davis sniffed it out and makes a huge play. At running back, Edwards in trouble, and he gets rid of it. Edwards hit. And Vickers in the backfield. Here's Jamal Lewis looking for a hole and has one. Jamal Lewis, first down. Cleveland. And 4. First down at the 19. Anderson pump fake going up top. Braylon Edwards. And he makes the catch. In front of. Second down and 10 at the 43. And Lewis running. Jamal Lewis spinning over from Baltimore. Third down and 3. Play fake. Anderson underneath. Vicious, Mr. First in the NFL. First and 10 at the 41 now for Anderson. Here's Anderson, steps up in the pocket, throws to the far side. Edwards goes up and makes another sensational catch.
That's the key, Gus. That ball is sticking to his hands, and he's plucking it out of the air.
First down and 10 at the 30. Here's Anderson over the middle, incomplete. 31. Anderson lines up in the shotgun. Here's Anderson. Fires over the middle, incomplete.
That wind's going both directions, coming right at him. And now the Browns have got to take a timeout.
In hot. Zastidal is the holder. Here's the snap. He's going to kick it. Line drive. And good! What a kick! 49 yards in a blizzard. How about that?
I said his first field goal was a dynamite kick. I don't know if I've got words for that one. A 49-yard kick out of 4 inches of snow, and this ball is driven. I mean, driven out of there. It barely gets up. It never gets above the uprights, and it just hits the stanchion as it just clears. The Bills get good penetration, but this ball barely clears the upright right down, as you say, Gus, the pipe.
Cleveland. First down and 10 at the 32. Buffalo offense needs to get something going right here as they run the football. And it's Mark.
Knocked a little snow off the stanchion.
Second down. And Lynch running again. He stood up. John Smith. First man to him. Let's take a look at the first half stats.
I think this is the difference right here. The 10 first downs for the Browns, only 4 for the Buffalo Bills, and the Packers. Where their philosophy changes, the Bills are going to have to be more productive offensively, or they're not going to get anything done.
Here's McGee fielding it. And McGee with the lane. McGee. Terrence McGee gets all the way up to midfield.
Middle of the field.
Illegal blocking back, 54. Return team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
A playoff spot for only the second time since Cleveland returned to the NFL in '99. 10 at the 20-yard line. Edwards throwing off first down, looking for Evans, and he has it. Lynch in the backfield. Here's Edwards with time underneath. Evans with the catch, and he's close in the snow, kicking up once again. Draw play. Jackson hits the corner, and Jackson bottled up, taken down. Cameron Wembley gobbles him up. No gain on the 19 for Derek Anderson. Lewis in the backfield. Here's Jamal Lewis straight ahead, and Lewis chopped down.
Yards on the season. And you see there, that is a big.
At the 24, Anderson in the shotgun. Derek Anderson with time over the middle. Kellen Winslow Jr. First down, Cleveland.
From above, hard to tell where they're at.
2nd and 7 at the 41. Lewis again, straight ahead, and Lewis, they are doing just a terrific job. 3rd down and 7 at the 41. Right in the backfield with Anderson. He throws up top. Winslow, incomplete. Dave Zassidle, left-footed punter, drives this ball. Terrific punt, and it will stop inside the 5. Special teams. The Browns. Brent Edwards. He'll find out about himself in this second half. They hand it off to another rookie, Marshawn Lynch, and he'll on the line. Tennessee trailing Kansas City now by 1. 2nd and 5. Marshawn Lynch gets it outside. And Lynch ridden out of bounds. Edwards flushed out of the pocket with all day, dumps it off, and the catch. Who will survive this one? Expected 4 to 6 inches. I think we've got more. Edwards with time, out of the pocket, first down, and Edwards.
Look at the two quarterbacks. Edwards having neither one of them completing a lot of their
41. Jackson in the backfield. Play fake. Edwards. Stop and start. They're going for Evans up top. Incomplete. 3 of 10 on 3rd down conversion. Here's Edwards. To the far side. Caught. Reed. And
let him run the play again.
Not resetting. 5-yard penalty. Offense.
Here's Edwards. Firing up top. It is incomplete. Evans, the intended response. Ryan Morgan. Here's the handoff. Jamal Lewis. And Jamal Lewis tackled at the line to possibly win the division. Here's Anderson.
Pressure.
Fires. And incomplete.
Robert Smith have been outstanding up front for the Cleveland Browns.
2nd down and 7 to the 27. Edwards in trouble. Dumps it off. This time it's Gaines with running room. Whoa! That is some beautiful running right.
And it's an incomplete pass.
So that brings up 3rd down and 7 at the 39. Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. Here's Edwards. Looking. Bounces out of the pocket. Fires over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for great job. 1st down and 10, providing you all the great pictures we see today. As Anderson throws it, Kellen Winslow Jr. out of bounds in front of Whitney. Jurevicius in motion. Lewis again. Turns a corner. Breaks the tackle. Down the sideline. Jamal
Anderson on this roster going forward. But that's a good.
A high-class problem. 3rd down and 4 to 32. This time it's right and right. Chopping his feet right.
Holding, 84. Offense. 10-yard penalty. still third down.
14 at the 42. Anderson in the shotgun. And Anderson, here's a screen coming up, incomplete. The 13-yard line. Marshawn Lynch in the backfield. He runs it. Lynch taken down. Guess who? Andre Davis.
Offensive coordinator for the Browns doing a great job.
Here's Edwards throwing underneath. Ball is caught. Robert Royal with defensively. Third down and 3 at the 20. Fred Jackson lines up in the backfield. Here's Edwards. Fires underneath. Incomplete. Lee Evans, the San Diego Cameron struggling in Miami, but he's a head coach. Congratulations to Marty Schottenheimer, coach. You're still doing a great job, even though you're not in football right now, as Winslow
At the end, and this is typical of them, but they've got to make some plays to get it done.
Second down and 8. This man has to make some plays. Edwards over the middle. Incomplete. Wow. Reed in motion. They hand it to Jackson. And Jackson stumbles forward on third line for Anderson. There's Winslow in motion. They hand it off Jamal Lewis. Breaks it back with room. Lewis! Look at him run! That is
Steve Tasker.
all right, JB. Lewis now 28 carries, 134 yards. They give it to him again. Jamal breaking tackles. Jamal Lewis is getting better.
Tell you what, Gus, he's coaching some pretty good horses.
Second down and 2 at the 24. The snow is stopped. Here's Jamal Lewis again. Out of the offset eye. Wright, the deep man. Jurevicius in motion. Here's Wright. And Wright with some running room. Wright going down. And they gave up 5 sacks in the first 15 dropbacks from Charlie Fry. And this time Wright taken down in the backfield at the 40-yard line. Jamal Lewis back in the game. Jurevicius in motion. Here's Jamal Lewis, stutter stepping with all sorts of running room, and 47 yards. And he'll run it again. And Jamal Lewis gets to midfield. At the 48-yard line. They're trying to put away Buffalo right here, who's out of timeouts.
They're not going to snap it. Take
Good
the
discipline.
timeout. Good. On a day when the Buffalo offense has not been good.
Jackson in the backfield. Now Edwards steps up over the middle. Incomplete. Almost. Wind kicking up. Edwards fires up the sideline. Oh, it's caught. Reed at midfield. The scrimmage. 20-yard gain. Edwards fires over the middle. Incomplete. Lee Evans down at 10 at the 50. Edwards dumps it off. Jackson with the seam. Jackson trying to get out of bounds, and he does.
A lot closer than the Browns liked it in New York.
First down and 10 at the Cleveland 35. Edwards throwing it up top. Incomplete. Evans had number 11. He's terrific in space. Second down and 10. Edwards fires. Incomplete. Evans, the intended receiver, again at the 35. Edwards in the shotgun. Edwards with time over the middle. Incomplete again. And Royal in the backfield with Fred Jackson to Edwards' left. Out of the shotgun. Here's Edwards. Steps up underneath. Caught! Lee Evans. First down, Buffalo. Clock continuing to run. What a throw. What a catch. The Bills scramble to the line of scrimmage. 30 seconds to go. That was a gain of 20. And Edwards spikes it.
Bills still got up and spiked it.
Evans out of the game. Second and 10 at the 15. Edwards in the shotgun. Edwards looking underneath. It's caught. Reed breaks a tackle and gets out of bounds at the in good shape now. Out of the gun. Edwards looking with time in the end zone. Incomplete. Intended for
15 seconds left.
Last week, Buffalo with some success with their tight end. Robert Royal had 2 touchdowns. He's at the bottom of your screen as the tight end. Here's Edwards looking. They find Jackson, and he won't get it. He won't pick up the first down, and that'll do it. Sean Jones with the tackle. And the Cleveland Browns will pick up their 9th win.
Pressure was on. They just came up short, and the Browns will walk away with the victory.
Congratulations to the Cleveland Browns. Derek Anderson.